Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm going out for a short hike today, just to keep my hiking form going, but more importantly, I picked up 3 new pieces of gear since I talked to you last time. One is some Ultra Lone Peak 3.0s. I wore them to work a few times. They're different. I like the zero drop, but I'm trying to see if it's a good shoe for plantar fasciitis. I think I mentioned that in an earlier video too. So I'm going to try them on a 3-miler hike, maybe a little bit higher than that, or longer than that, and see how my feet feel. I'm thinking about my heels. I had a little bit of achiness in the heels after wearing them for work a couple of times. I picked up this at my least favorite store to shop at, Walmart, Walmart. It's sunglasses that basically go over your glasses. And as Captain Dan calls them, he calls them birth control glasses, and I can see why. You're not very attractive when you're wearing these, but that's not what I'm going for. It's partly cloudy right now, so I may or may not have to wear these today. I also picked up a stick pick, finally. For those of you who don't know what they are, they're little mechanisms that a hiker invented this, that attach to the end of your trekking pole, and you can attach a camera, your cell phone, or what have you onto it. You just have to have the right mount. It, for lack of a better explanation, it turns your trekking pole into a really long selfie stick, but it's great because it stabilizes and you can get some great 360s around. And I'm going to experiment with that a little bit today. I tried last night and it wasn't doing too well, but I think I've got the hang of it. We'll check it out. And I will show you what trail I'm going to do. I'm out in the Quinta Cove again, so home, and let's get to it. Okay, so the trail for today is going to be an unmarked trail. We are about right here. And I'm going to go up here, and then there's a trail that actually goes along this ridge and goes up and around this mountain. And you can't really see it from here, but I'll show you when I get further up. And it rejoins like the Buhoff, and you come down the Buhoff and then back to these trails. If I'm feeling really good, I might actually go up the Buhoff a little bit and see what that's like. But for the most part, I'm going to stick to this little unmarked loop. And I'm guesstimating that's about 3 miles. It might be a little bit more than a mile. But yeah, that'll be fun. I won't video this portion because you've seen that a lot already. But I'll start filming a little bit further up. I apologize for that last shot. I just realized I was holding the camera incorrectly. But oh well. Okay, so here's the trail. We're going to go up. You can see the trail up here. It goes, do you see that mountain? The smaller mountain directly in front of us. That little thing. Little, not really, but we're going to go up and around that and drop out over here. Probably join the trail that comes back to this trail and come out again this way. So it's a nice little loop. Really pretty, some elevation gain. So it'll be nice and somewhat challenging, but not overly so. All right. There we go. First stick pick shot. I'm making sure to talk a little bit louder because you're a lot further from the microphone. And I know, based on the YouTube videos I've shot, sometimes I'm talking too soft. So behind me, you see that little divot? That was the last hike I took in the cove, the Cove to Lake Kauai hike. It goes through that. And those are the mounds on the other side. Whoa, you have to go out. Sorry, there's a bush. But I think I have the stick pick figured out. I need to get a little arm like a leash, because I'd like to attach it a little bit more securely to the end of the trekking pole, just in case. But let's stop and do a 360. Alright, so let's start with the Lake Kauai point. It's back toward the cove itself, where the residences are. Now I didn't bring my sunglasses. Up there somewhere, trying to get my bearings, up there somewhere is the Hidden Oasis Trail. It actually starts right down here in this ravine and goes up. I'm hoping to take you on that, or attempt that, before the end of the season. And then you see the mountain behind me that I'm going to go up and around. Ta-da! Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm liking the stick pick. One of the best purchases yet. I also have some weight loss news. I have hit, officially this morning, I am 30 pounds down. Actually 30 pounds and an ounce or two. It's awesome. So I'm at my goal for 2019. I think I might try for another 5, and I've got a year and a half to do that. So it's more important to maintain, and yeah, I can definitely tell the difference. It's easier to hike. Definitely easier to hike. I just wanted to show you really quickly where the Bear Creek to the Oasis Trail goes. This is a series of big, huge caves. Not caves, but you can tell water carved out a course there. I've never been up that. That's not where you go. You get a little bit further and you can actually see the trail start right there and go and go that way. And to my knowledge, I've been up about to here, and I am pointing to that higher peak. It wraps around and goes up and then goes behind it. And I haven't been any further than that, but I'm assuming it just keeps going up to the right past that. It's definitely a goal trail of mine. Very strenuous, challenging, because once you get off the sand, then you have to start going up at elevation, and some of the trail's kind of sketchy. Like it's not super well maintained. Or at least it wasn't the last time I went up there. It's been a couple of years since I've attempted it. And they've done a lot of work to the maintain trails out here, so I would assume they've done something up there. This trail has a lot of cyclists on it, this Unmarked trail. The whole cove does, but this one seems to be very popular. And I've actually, it must be pretty challenging to them in a few points up there, because I've actually seen a couple bite it pretty badly. In fact, here comes a cyclist in the wait for him. Here it comes. Share the road. Hey, morning.
Thank you.
Sure. PCT? No, that's not shared. When a trail share, you just gotta be aware. It's pretty easy to spot them coming. Honestly, it is. Here comes a couple more. I passed up 6 cyclists so far since I recorded last, and it hasn't been that long. So, it looks like I'm about to hit shade, which is good. Today's only supposed to be a high of 81, but when the sun comes up, you definitely feel it. Unfortunately, even if I'm there, I'm going to start losing the sun pretty quickly because it's peaking that mountain. Let me get a shot of where I'm at. So I've come a ways, not too far yet. And now is when the true elevation game starts. Okay, another Stick pick time. I almost dropped the camera this time. It kind of swiveled the wrong way. Oops. What's behind me? The trail is behind me there. The canyon walls behind me. I'm enjoying a momentary shady spot. It's wonderful out here. And quiet. A lot more peaceful than home, a lot more peaceful than work. Fallen Octio. I don't know if that video, or I mean that picture, really did this justice. This is like a dry waterfall. It goes all the way up. That's cool. I wonder if I could hike to that. So I'm still going uphill. Unfortunately, now I'm in the full sun. And I'm regretting not bringing my sunglasses. I left them in the car because it was a little bit overcast. Meh. Not anymore. Onward. Okay, so an update on, remember last weekend, if you watched that Indian Trails hike, I was having some trouble with faintness and dizziness. You know, no, not fun kind of things. And I must say this still has a lot of elevation gain. Probably about as much, if not more. Yeah, I'd say about the same. But I'm not having the same problem this time. And I think what the deal is, I think it was too hot. I was slightly dehydrated. I don't know how. I was guzzling water all day, but I was. And when I go up the uphills now, and I stop to catch my breath, if I feel any kind of dizziness, I'll just start walking again, but really slowly. Or pump my legs or do something. And I think it has something to do with blood flow to the brain. When you stop a rigorous exercise, all the blood goes away from your head to the limbs that you've been working out. And I think that's what was happening. And coupled with the heat, I was just really not in the best shape. Felt pretty faint and had to have help from people to finish because I was dragging my butt. But today's cooler. It's probably in the 70s right now. And I've been remembering to keep something moving to keep the heart pumping the blood to the brain, and I've been okay. Oh, and so far, these have been rocking it so far. It's different hiking in them because of the zero drop, but so far so good. I'm almost around it. Almost. The trail has been undulating up and down now, which is a lot easier. Some weird steep downhills. I think that's for the bikers. Cyclists, sorry. Almost completely around the mountain. That's the trail I came down. And actually, if you see that sign down there, let's see if I can zoom in. That is the technical beginning of the Buhoff Trail, even though we count the wash. And it goes up really steeply from there. I'm trying to see where it goes. It basically goes out. It goes up and then just out that way somewhere. And somehow, some way, it goes all the way around that mountain peak. And down on the other side of where Lake Kauai is, where I went on that Lake Kauai hike. It empties out nearby there. That is a long trail. I think 8 miles one way. I could be wrong about that. I'll research it, but I'd like to try some of that. I don't know if I can make all of that, but that could be a motivation. Maybe do that before the Hidden Oasis hike. That would be pushing it. Nice long day hike. Great conditioning for the PCT. I might just have to do that. See if I get there this season. I'm now down in the sandy wash portion of the Buhoff. I'm looping around the mountain still. And should be on a, should be able to find a, like a bike trail to link back to that unmarked trail that I took up. I don't want to take the sandy Buhoff the entire way. Although right now it's pretty hard packed. It's not too bad. Famous last words. There we go. You see a little bit of civilization down there. La Quinta, Marina Dunes, maybe Puerto Indio. I think this is where I break off. The Buhoff return is going that way, and I'm going this way, because I remember it hugging the edge of the mountain I just went around. I don't know if you can see those two bikers behind me. They're way up there now. I kind of feel bad. One of them, I got out of their way when they were coming, but one of them bit it really hard right in front of me. Sliced up his ankle. I'm sorry. Distracted you? I don't know. So hopefully they're okay. They're okay. He shook it off, but yikes. That's the first one I've seen bite it today, but every time I'm on this trail, I always see a cyclist bite it. It's a little bit challenging for them, although that was not the challenging section. Anyways, I don't have my the stick pick on right now. I just wanted to put that up really quick while they were still behind me. But I will do a little view behind me. It's gorgeous. And I'm now almost completely in front of the mountain that we circled around together. That's the end of it. We went around the other side. Nice hike. Only got a little ways to go. Maybe another mile to where we parked. Maybe a little bit over a mile. Probably over a mile, but it's all downhill for the most part. There's one little uphill part. And then I'll get to editing. So I'm noticing something about the shoes, the Ultras. At the beginning of the hike I had to relace them, and that helped. I was getting a lot of heel slippage. But I just went through a lot of downhill. I'm still working my way downhill for the most part. And I'm starting to get a little bit of heel fatigue, for lack of a better word, maybe some tenderness too. And like I said, this has only been like 3 miles, if that, so far. So I need to test them out a little bit more. They're still a far cry better than I think my Brooks were, and definitely better than those Solomons that I tried. But I need to test them out for longer periods of time on longer hikes and see how they perform before I make my final decision. If I decide to use them for the hike in 2019, what I'll end up doing is probably use these for the desert section, just for more breathability. And once I get out of the Mojave and Kennedy Meadows, and I'm going to switch to my Keens, the Voyagers, and just use that for the rest of the hike. We'll see what happens. So I have successfully looped around that mountain. That's the side we went up earlier. And now I'm taking a trail back to the other trail, which will get me back to where we parked. I say the trail because all this is unmarked. Just cut by people riding bikes and hiking around. Unmarked, unnamed, but pretty easy to follow. See the good parts for you. So there's a bike rider coming up this way, up there, and there were 2 elderly people coming down, and the bike rider passed them and says, "Oh, you're gonna step in front of me, punk," or something like that. And the 86-year-old like, "I didn't step in front of you." Big argument ensued. The guy's like, "I'm 86 years old, punk, and I've been riding bikes all my life." And I couldn't get my phone out fast enough. So even on the trails where both are allowed, there's still issues. And sorry I missed that one for you. Thought they were going to throw down. Nah. Can't we all just get along? Rather than take that way home and go by that little fake oasis, I'm going to take this route. And actually, that's the older couple I was just talking about. Just a different way to go home. Go back to the parking lot, I mean. The street. I tell you, I'm hoping if I make it to 86, I still have that much feistiness in me. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. Look, I got my glasses on fine. A little bit too late, right? Oh well. Next time. Definitely bring it if there's a possibility of sun, for sure. So I'm going to give my Ultras another chance, work it out a little bit more. I'm getting some arch soreness now, but the problem is multiply that times like 4. That's going to be the first day on the PCT, so I'm going to give it another chance and then make my final decision. I've got lots of time. Bicyclist. So I had a great time, other than the almost throwdown between the elderly hiker and the cyclist. It was great. Well, I hope you guys like what you saw. If you did, please give me a like. Comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love for you to be hooked up with my channel this way you'll get notifications when I send out new ones. Share with your friends. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, you have a great time. Get out there and hike. Do it. It's the only way you're going to get in shape.